All right, we are on the play here in match 5 of this league. How good's this hand? I don't know. We can cast around 3 spells. We've got a Serum Visions. Dismember could be good. I kind of just want to mulligan it because it doesn't really do anything exceptionally well. Shoal makes it somewhat make up for being slow, but the hand's slow, it's not threat dense, it's not even interaction heavy, doesn't really do anything. I'd rather keep this. Don't think I want to mulligan it. We are on the play. That could be a bit of a problem. We can always just use these lightning bolts, so I like that, and the scry really helps. Play the Flooded Strand, and I'm going to try not to crack it. If I have to loose a lightning bolt here, I will. I don't want to. Windswept Heath. And they're passing. Fantastic. I can roll with that. Draw that Misty, put it into play, and pass back to the opponent. We're not going to play out this Goyf yet. I don't really care to have a 1-2 Goyf. It doesn't do much for me. I'd rather wait. Keep my bolts ready. Stomping Ground. There you go. Who knows what the opponent's got? Given that Windswept Heath is not a red fetch, I'm going to assume we're not up against Burn. But there are still plenty of decks that run Bolt. This looks like Zoo almost. Search for Tomorrow. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. We are playing against Red-Green Valakut. Okay. That's fine. That is completely acceptable. I'm going to get a Breeding Pool tapped. Get a Steam Vents untapped. We're already at 18, so our life total is not that important. Pay Shock. Very slowly Pay Shock. Bolt U. It's not going to protect Tarmogoyf from Lightning Bolt, but I don't actually know how often they play Lightning Bolt. That's something I should find out. Oh, Denial makes me kind of want to wait. I'm going to run over to MTG Goldfish real quick. Titanshift. What does Titanshift play? Oh dear, are they playing bolts these days? Most lists run around 3. If Goyf gets bolted, we're not doing much. If we don't play out Goyf, what are we doing? We hope to denial something. Worst case scenario, we flash in a Snapcaster Mage, which is pretty awful. But if Goyf gets bolted, we basically lost. So I think we're not gonna play into a Lightning Bolt here. Think I'm gonna take it a little slow. Possibly interact instead. We might be able to denial something profitably. I wonder if instead of flashing in a Snapcaster Mage, I would just bolt. Oh yeah. Valakut tap means we... Sakura Tribuilder. You guys see the part where it says creature on the left there? When they played a tapped land, I thought, yes, we're going to hit a Prismatic Omen, a Farseek. Non-creature. Creature. It's going to resolve. Snapcaster Mage probably not doing too much. I honestly kind of want to bolt the face again. That's probably the best draw we could have hoped for. Actually, is it even the best draw we could have hoped for? Goyf's still not big. But I mean, we get to hold up Denial and Bolt, so there's that. Means that Snapcaster Mage is going to turn online soon. They didn't sacrifice their Tribuilder, which suggests to me they're either hoping to block with it, or they want to bolt our Tarmogoyf. One of the two. We can interact with both of those lines by just bolting the Tribelder and forcing them to sack it. Put a creature in the bin, Goyf will have a 4th point of toughness. Actually, Search for Tomorrow took care of that for us. Putting a sorcery in the bin, so that's great. Cinderglade for the opponent. This card is so great for their deck. Relic's gonna hurt. Relic's gonna hurt a lot. On the plus side, that means... Now that's just rude, opponent. That's just rude. I'm not blocking that. We can't block that. Not with Relic. Not with Relic. Don't know how important it is for them to get that 1 point of damage in. I'm assuming they have a follow-up play. Possibly something that can block Goyf. No? Well, we're not going to use the Bolt because I kind of want to be able to flash it back. Mandrills. We attack with Tarmogoyf, then we cast Mandrills. They force us to exile one thing, or we just slam Mandrills right away. Yeah, that's probably the safer play. They have everything but instant that we have. Actually, it's just land. That's the important thing. They have a land. That means we can delve all our lands. Mandrills got in under Relic. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Ferocious Denial. Gonna swing with the Tarmogoyf. That means we might be able to pull this off. What do you got? Pop Relic. That's fine. Take 0. I don't mind. I'm just gonna hold up my denial. I imagine they're sacrificing Tribelder here. Get 7 lands into play, including their land drop for next turn. Cast Escape Shift. If they have Prime Time, we're in trouble. If they have Prime Time, I probably bolt them in the face. Snap Bolt. Hope it's enough. It doesn't look like it'll be enough. Nothing we can do against Prime Time, though. Here's a land. Valakut, probably bolting Tarmogoyf. Can't interact with that, so it's going to happen. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no. Okay. Prime Time is probably going to end up bolting Mandrills, I want to say. Yeah, that seems likely. That seems very likely. So I wonder if you should just be more aggressive. Why did they get 2 mountains instead of a Valakut and a mountain? So Mandrills is dying here for sure. With that, I believe we're going to assume we're dead to the Prime Time. Bolt face, they go to 8. We can Snap Bolt, put them to 5. Really unlikely we win in that scenario. If we don't bolt here, a top-decked red source means we can deal with Titan. But then we're at 14, they have a bunch of lands and 4 cards in hand still, so I think I'm going to do this. Not very likely that we win by doing that, but I think it's less likely that we win otherwise. Vapor Snag. Oh. Oh my. Oh my. Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Go to the opponent. Stopping Prime Time from attacking is something I like a lot. We're still super dead to Escape Shift. When it comes back into play, we're probably going to take a boatload of damage. If we don't Vapor Snag here, I believe we're just dead. We take 6. They get a Valakut and a mountain. We take 9. That's 15. So we do have to Vapor Snag here instead of getting to do Snapcaster shenanigans. Prime Time comes back. We still probably take 9. But at least we didn't take 6. Don't think we can draw anything that saves us. 3 Valakut triggers. I wonder if we should have just played out the Goyf. since we basically knew what deck they were on. We knew we had to be aggressive, but we also knew they could have bolted our Goyf. And I don't know which line you should take in that scenario. Alright, we go to 5. Not gonna flash in Snapcaster Mage. Sakura Tribe Elder means we're dead. They get a basic mountain. Are all their mountains the same? Are they? Can we get rid of this stack? They're not the same. They're just miscellaneous recent mountains. They all seem to be from Hour of Devastation, but they're not all the same art. And there we go. Let's see how we're going to board here. All they have to do is pass priority. We are dead. Not gonna wait. Let's go to the sideboard. See what we can do against Titanshift. We don't do that much sideboarding here, but we do some. Destructive Revelry. Going to come in for a Prismatic Omen. Hits can force a Relic activation. Maybe if they're tapped out, they don't get to activate it. Couple Blood Moon. I don't know if I actually want 3 of these or 2. Seems pretty good. Blood Moon turns off their win cons to at least some extent. Then we just clock them. And a Flash Freeze because it counters just about everything in their deck. Do I want this extra Blood Moon? What am I taking out? Let's see. 1 Traverse because we want to be fast. I imagine the Shoal. Yep. We've got Dismember, which is not very good against their deck of 1/1s and 6/6s. To be fair, their deck also has Obstinate Baloth post board. That's a reason to have Dismember over Vapor Snag. I can go for that. Usually I keep the Vapor Snag in and cut the Dismember because Vapor Snag can bounce Primetime better than Dismember deals with it, but I can buy that. I am buying what I'm selling to myself. Don't know if that expression works that way. This is what I'm going to bring in. Is anything worse than this Blood Moon? Is Nux worse? I kind of like Nux. Maybe we cut a Mandrills? Maybe a Snapcaster Mage? I can buy that. We need to be aggressive. They pack Graveyard Hate. They even pre-board Graveyard Hate. Can you imagine how rude? Like, seriously, you gotta run Relic? Relic's so annoying. Spell Snare's great. Denial's great. Leak's great. Okay, so we have this Snapcaster Mage. Get over here. Mandrills. Nux. Tarmogoyf stays. Maybe another Bolt? Maybe? One of these? How many creatures? 15? I don't know how happy I am to cut a threat. So maybe if anything, it's Snapcaster Mage that has to go. We're on the play. That makes me happier to have more moons. Let's cut a Snapcaster Mage. Let's try that. See how that's gonna go. Submission was received. The opponent disconnected while we were sideboarding. Don't know if they're coming back anytime soon. Also, don't know if they're gonna get to sideboard, which kind of sucks. More for them. But it still sucks just because we're not getting the full Titanshift experience. You know what I mean? We're currently 1-3 in this league, having made some misplays and learned some stuff. I think we had 2 really close matches, so I'm pretty happy about it anyways. We're going to keep this hand. Turn 1 Visions, probably getting an island off of this Flooded Strand. Turn 2 Tarmogoyf. Seems pretty good. I think we could very easily have been 3-1 instead of 1-3 right now, and I'm actually quite happy about that. Even though I probably spent the next at least 5 minutes after each of those games contemplating my misplays. Bobble's great. Mandrills is debatably better. We're going to end up drawing both of these at least somewhat soon. I think I'm going to go like this. Play this out. Not a lot of reason not to play it out. Whoa, lag. And go to the opponent. See what their hand's up to. We probably bobble sooner rather than later. Don't know how important it is to get that Misty Rainforest into hand. If they have early Graveyard Hate, maybe we don't want to bobble yet. Save it. We're not going to be able to speed out a Mandrills while holding up Spell Snare, so I think we're just going to tap out for Tarmogoyf. Our opponent has an Expedition Stomping Ground in their deck, but they've already shown us at least one Gatecrash Stomping Ground, and that just bothers me. They started off by suspending a Search for Tomorrow, currently in exile. Do I just want to go all into the graveyard right now? No. We'll wait. Shock. Cast Tarmogoyf. We have at least one turn before playing this bobble is actually relevant, since we know that we would have a Misty Rainforest in hand right now. Not having the Misty Rainforest in hand isn't bothering me, so I'm not going to crack the bobble, just in case they play a relic on this particular turn. That way we can still play around the potential relic. Make Goyf maybe a little bigger after they crack it, possibly be able to get a Mandrills into play reasonably. I like that they're taking damage off of their lands. That's something I enjoy. Having to deal 20 life is a bit of a pain. Well, they're not taking that much damage. Another Search for Tomorrow. Alright, time to get the damage in. Take a look at what they're going to draw, because I know what I... Oh, actually, we're not getting any information off of that bobble. We already know we have a Misty, and whatever they have on top is going to get shuffled away by the first Search for Tomorrow. Second Mandrills is not great. We attack here. Deal 3. Crack this. Get a basic forest because we do have 3 Blood Moons in our deck. And I'm going to exile the entire graveyard to hold up some counter magic. Question is, do I want to Stubborn Denial the first Search for Tomorrow? Means they can kill Tarmogoyf, but while we have a Mandrills in play and one in hand, that's not a huge deal to me. I kind of like countering this to slow them down. Means we don't hold up Spell Snare. They're not doing too many scary things on turn 3 though, so I don't like a guaranteed counter of their ramp spell. I can live with that. They might have a ramp spell right here anyways. But turn 4 is when they really start to do scary stuff. Obstinate Baloth. Here's a Farseek, that's fine. That's something we otherwise would have countered. They got another... Okay, so they have this Stomping Ground, another Gatecrash, another Gatecrash, and then the one Expedition. So weird. I don't like it. Steam Vents I like plenty. Think that was technically a misplay because we could have Visions into a bobble. So we maybe shouldn't have gone right there. How good's Lightning Bolt? Lightning Bolt seems very good. We're a little choked on blue, so I don't really want the Serum Visions. On the other hand, we're probably not casting this Thought Scour that soon. But we might want to use the Thought Scour to speed out this other Mandrills. And I'm going to want to have Spell Snare up. I'm hoping I can cast Spell Snare on this turn, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to top both of these. Pay Shock. Go to the opponent. They're at 7. They are probably going to have plenty of mana. Search for Tomorrow, very likely to resolve. I mean, I'm not countering it. I don't know about them, but I'm not. Maybe they fail to find. Maybe they just don't have the 6th land in hand. These are all possibilities. I think it's worth shocking there to hold up Spell Snare. Worst case scenario, we don't Spell Snare. Instead, we Thought Scour them. That seems just fine. They got a mountain. They are going to their turn. Let's see what we got. Look how it sticks out. Green, 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 gray. Look at this. It's just not right. It's unjust. That's fine. That is perfectly fine because we have Visions plus Bolt on top. So you can do that. You can do that. We're going to scour them right here. Don't believe they play any 2-mana spells I care about at instant speed. I'm going to look it up just in case. A lot of sorceries in this deck. Maybe something out of the sideboard? Something tricksy? Who knows? Doesn't look like it's common. I'm going to scour you. Get us a card deeper. May as well. I don't care about growing Tarmogoyf after they pop Relic. I really don't. We have a Bolt in hand. Doesn't matter to me. Well, we're about to have a Bolt in hand. Imminently, we will draw into a Serum Visions, and then for turn, we will draw into a Lightning Bolt. Oh, hey. Speak of the devil, he shall appear, yada yada yada. That's not fair. I knew the Bolt was on top. I can't say speak of the devil here. That's not right. They're gonna pop Relic. Maybe they draw into 2 bolts off of Relic. That's a reason to keep the Thought Scour in hand there. Maybe I shouldn't have scoured there. Made it possible that we lose to them having a way to kill Mandrills. I'm gonna do this. Just get that done right away. Alright, now on the draw, do I still want 3 Blood Moons in the deck? Now the thing I took out was a Snapcaster Mage, which is kind of good in this matchup, but I feel like it's pretty easy to cut. Do I cut Snapcaster Mage against Tron? Because this is a lot like Tron. I do. I cut one against Green-Black Tron. Not against Eldrazi Tron. Maybe I should start doing that. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Am I going to get rid of this Blood Moon? I don't know if I'm going to get rid of this Blood Moon. I don't want Traverse. I don't want more bolts. EE does not seem good. I don't feel like Snapcaster Mage is really any better than Blood Moon on the draw. I'm going to just run this again. See how it goes in game 3 against Titanshift. Alright, how good is this hand? This hand looks pretty good. If they have a Relic, I'm going to be sad. How many Relics does this deck run? That's something I want to know. I don't want priority, though. Just let me look up Relics in peace. About 2 in the main. Turn 1 Relic. Of course, why did I mention Relic? And sometimes 2 more in the side. We're going to start on Misty Rainforest. Cast this Bauble. Do I look at the top card now? Probably. See what we got. Yep, that's fine. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. That's entirely possible. I don't know if the card selection's better. Wait for it. It's a Spell Snare. I would very much like to draw that on the draw. That's great. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Bauble. This Tarmogoyf is going to be pretty pitiful. Pitiful? Maybe. They're casting another. Oh, dear. Alright. Alright, well. I don't even think Thought Scour forces their hand. We're going to get it out of our hand anyways, though. We're going to cycle. Yep, that one. Hopefully we can get them to pop one. Gonna grab a Breeding Pool here. Could get an island. Maybe I should have just gotten an island. I think I should have gotten an island. Do that. Makes Blood Moon better. We don't really need the extra green source. It's a bit superfluous. We turned over 2 threats. Would have been... I don't even know if I would have wanted to draw the Mandrills. Yep. Exile a creature. Draw a card. We're going to shock. Cast 1 Visions. Don't know if I cast a second Visions. Is there any sequence that leads to a Mandrills off the top entering play? There isn't. Visions or Spell Snare? Which do I want in hand? Do I want this Flooded Strand? It's probably unnecessary. I'd rather have a threat. We do have a decent amount of blue mana, so I don't hate having this on top. I do feel like we're extremely slow right now, though. Maybe we just don't hold up Spell Snare. No, they had 2 relics in their hand, and they're playing a critical mass stack. I'm going to bottom this. Hold up Spell Snare. Next turn, we're going to Visions. If we don't end up using the Spell Snare, we're going to want to Spell Snare on... Sorry, we're going to want to... Well, we're going to hope that we can hold up Spell Snare. They're probably popping a relic. There's enough stuff in my graveyard. You can pop it. That's justifiable. Relic Cycles. So good. This is probably the best graveyard hate for any non-white deck that uses its graveyard. Actually, it doesn't even matter if you're white, because the argument there is Rest in Peace. And Rest in Peace hits your own graveyard. They missed a land drop. We're playing against landdrops.deck, and they missed a land drop. That's not the right card. Okay, it didn't even try. That's fantastic. I find that humorous. Destructive Revelry, Blood Moon, and Misty Rainforest. Okay, okay. Kind of making me sit up in my chair a little bit. Blood Moon. Which one do I want first? I want Misty first. Blood Moon on top of the deck. Play this forest, cast this Tarmogoyf. Go to them. I want Blood Moon on top just in case I feel the need to just go all in on the Blood Moon. It's probably not going to happen, but just in case. Sure. Goyf down. It's fair. That is fair. Oh, fantastic. Draw a card. Here's Blood Moon. I don't think we need it. Gonna play a land. Gonna pass to them. I feel like they could have just tapped the relic to kill Goyf. Because they could have just exiled the Bolt. Probably would have been good enough. Tireless Tracker. Okay, we're going to bolt that with their... Oh, they didn't have a land. Oh, yeah. We are doing it. That's fantastic. Untap, draw a blue fetch, get a basic island that I should have gotten before. If we got that basic island before, this Blood Moon would have come down sooner. Bam. Red. Red. Destructive Revelry or Stubborn Denial. Don't think it actually matters. Blood Moon. Go to you, opponent. We also just made their fetches a lot worse. So that's good. That is good. That's a mountain. Go to us. Now we just need to draw a threat. Hopefully that doesn't take too long. Not going to bother playing out the Flooded Strand. We have 5 lands in play. We're out land dropping them. That's unjust. That is just not right. Either we're flooding or they're super stalled. And that just bothers me either way. Okay, go to them. Sooner or later, we're going to find a threat. And when that happens, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. I do believe most of their lists, most people playing Titanshift, will play one of these just in case. Might draw a Knuckleblade. Makes land drops relevant. Not that relevant, but relevant. Most of them play 2 forests, I believe. So if they hit 1, they can ramp into the second. They're going to start discarding cards. How many lands? 3 Cinderglade, 5, 9. No, that's not how you math. 5 and 6 equals 11. Yeah, go to discard. 11, 15, 19, 23. Oh, and the rest are percentages, so I don't know. I guess I could multiply by the percentage, so 25, 25 and a half, 26 and a half, 26 and 3/4. The amount of lands they play. Boom! Mandrills. Green, red, red. Do we just tap a bunch of red? We can only hold up 2 spells anyways. Oh, sorry. Do we want Dismember and Denial? We might. Don't think it matters enough that I want to exile my Bolt, Tarmogoyf, or Misty, though. Given that... Well, I guess Goyf's not the only creature, but it's the only creature in my graveyard. Bolt is Bolt, so if we hit that one of Snapcaster Mage, we're gonna want it. And Misty's the only land. So we're gonna play around some graveyard stuff. We have 2 Ferocious Denials, ladies and gentlemen. Let's clock. Ooh, clock and roll. That's a good one. I like that. Let's clock and roll. Summoner's Pact in the bin. Bolt off the top. That's going to take a turn off the clock. If we have a Revelry target, that means they're dead after the next hit. So Blood Moon seems pretty decent against them. I already knew it was decent, to be fair. I'm just... What's the word? Being facetious? Facetitious? I'm gonna Google it. I know how to spell it. Facetious? 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 They hit their forest. Treating serious issues with deliberately inappropriate humor. That's not the right word. Pretending to just realize that Blood Moon is good against this deck. That's the right phrase for what I did. I know Blood Moon's good here, but this very well demonstrates that Blood Moon's good here. Here's a Thragtusk. That's pretty good here too. That's going to gain him 5 life. Gaining 5 life ain't bad. We're going to end up dismembering that. Probably mid-combat. Yeah, it's going to be mid-combat. That way, they go to 3. Let's cast this. We're going to crack it now. Take a look at what they're going to draw. They will find a Lightning Bolt. That very much makes me want to attack and dismember. We can Denial Bolt anyways. Ah, that's silly. Can't imagine they don't block here. I mean, I could imagine it. I just find it unlikely. Thragtusk, another very good sideboard card they run against us. This looks like a pretty easy block. And that's a pretty easy dismember. We're going to go to 10. We could theoretically die soon enough. Probably not. They have 3 power on board. We have 2 denials in hand. Second Blood Moon. That doesn't turn off this forest. Spreading Seas would be good here. Spreading Seas would be very good here. Prismatic Omen. That helps. That actually helps. So, are all of their lands forests now? Yeah. That's pretty cool. Obstinate Baloth. Yeah, that's really good for them. Wow. Prismatic Omen. Look at you doing work. We're going to take that out. Unfortunately, they're only going to 1. Then they're going to go up. So the opponent has pretty much stabilized. Which is really annoying. We got them to 1. Snapcaster Mage, if only you were here. So if this Blood Moon is the Blood Moon that I brought in instead of Snapcaster Mage, that means we would have been able to just win this. Delver. That's really good. So now we take it slow. We know they have a Bolt. We counter the Bolt. We're not afraid of Scapeshift. I don't think there are any instants or sorceries we need to deal with besides Bolt. We might want to keep them off of ramp spells, though. That's possible. I could have countered the Prismatic Omen. Why did I do that? Why did I let Prismatic Omen resolve? We're gonna untap. See what's on top. Savage Knuckleblade. Well, that only requires us to tap one of these blue sources, so that's good. We know they have one bolt. We can denial that. They might have a second. Do we swing with Hasty Nux? We cast Hasty Nux. Well, we cast Nux. I don't know if he'll be hasty. We can't grow it this turn, so I don't want to attack with it. I don't want to trade it with an Obstinate Baloth. They're going to get their second green source. They're going to get Prime Time. Man. Kind of want to cast the second Blood Moon. We can't really do anything else. So we may as well protect ourselves from Rexage. We have 4 card types in the bin, that's good. Feel like this is an end step bolt. They didn't shuffle their library beforehand, did they? I don't think so. We so should have just countered that Prismatic Omen. Now, they already have their second green source, so I don't care about ramp spells. And we have 2 Blood Moons, so we don't care about Scape Shift. That means the only non-creature spell I actually want to counter is named Summoner's Pact, because that finds Prime Time. So I think I'm going to keep this Delver alive. Go to the opponent. Let's see what's up. Don't give me priority game. Why do I have priority? 6. I don't want it. Just don't give it to me. I'm not doing anything. We could have just denied that Prismatic Omen, right? Cut them off of green. Well, cut them off of most of green. Here's a Prime Time. That's going to be trouble. I guess it's not that bad. It's just a 6/6 with Trample. They let us untap, which means we have Denial up. Goif. Alright. That's a 6/7. Does a 6/7 solve all of our problems? I don't know if it does, but I think it might. Go to them. I don't like not attacking, but our attacks aren't good here. We have a lot of cards in our deck post-board that aren't instants or sorceries. So this Delver not flipping probably isn't bad luck. That might just be well within reason of how often this Delver would flip. We could take a look at the sideboard, but I don't feel like extrapolating how many instants and why not? View sideboard. We're waiting on the opponent anyways. What came out? Vapor Snag, Shoal, 1/2. Just the 4, 5. So we took out 5. How many do we bring in? I suppose I could just pull up the spreadsheet on the other monitor. That makes more sense. Why do the work? We brought in Revelry and Flash Freeze. So we took out 5, brought in 2. I normally run 25 because of the 2 baubles, which means we're running on 23 cards in the deck that transform Delver of Secrets. That's not really great. These were revealed. The opponent never saw them. EE on 2? No. That we can't allow. Tarmogoyf is liable to win us this match. Well, Tarmogoyf plus Blood Moon plus Delver plus the denials plus a lot of other stuff. Sakura Tribe Elder, that's fine. It's just going to make our attacks worse. Our non-aberration attacks, that is. Snapcaster Mage. Well, we have Snap Denial, so there's that. I still don't really want to attack. I guess attacking with Nux is somewhat free, because we're not going to use this green source. 1, 2, 3 mana to snap. Well, I guess if we want to Revelry, we need the green source. That's pretty unlikely. So 1, 2, 3 is all we need. That means we can spend 5 mana on Nux, which is basically just growing it. If we attack with Nux, they probably either chump or they block with both of these. I don't mind trading Nux for Baloth. I don't like trading Nux for Baloth. It's not the worst. Think I'm gonna do it. We don't have much else going on besides just being reactive. Being reactive isn't exactly what we want to do because sooner or later they're going to hit more Baloths, more Thragtusks. So I think... okay. Looks like we're just straight up trading. I don't know why they did that. That's actually quite worrisome. They don't run Eternal Witness, do they? I'm checking. Doesn't look like it. Second primetime. That makes sense. Well, them having 2 primetimes would have been bad for us. So I'm still okay with that outcome. I would rather them have this Baloth than the second primetime. This isn't legendary. If it was legendary, Amulet Titan would be a much worse deck. Not going to Snap Bolt yet. We're going to do it when the time is right. Hooting Mandrills. Dear Lord. Delver, please. I know. This is my fault too. It's not just on you. But a little cooperation would be nice. This is probably the rudest Delver I've seen. We'll delve 1 Denial, 1 Bolt. I guess we don't have to, but I don't want to tap that low. Keep hanging back. Oh, man. Did not expect to get this in this kind of board state grind with them. Oh, dear. We have to counter that. We have to counter that. We can't let that resolve. That resolves, they get a Thragtusk. That means we don't get to Bolt, which makes me very sad. This Delver, man. This Delver. Snapcaster trigger resolves. We get priority again. Denial this. We could have denied the Prismatic Omen. I'm so peeved about that. See, that's the thing. I like when we lose due to our misplays, because it helps us get better at Magic, and it means we win in the future. And it also reassures me that if I play well, I will get rewarded, because if I didn't make that misplay, probably would have won. But, Flash Freeze, thank you. Delver, thank you. You did your job. Do they just have the Bolt? They were just waiting? Oh, come on. Faded it. But yeah, so I like when our losses are due to misplays. But at the same time, they bug me. Oh man, do they bug me. I think about the game-defining play that I miss probably for the next 10-20 minutes after a match. I wouldn't be surprised if they swung with the team here. Look at me calling it. That's what I would do. Alright, how are we blocking? Gonna eat that prime time. Probably trade with Baloth. What are we playing around here? They only have 2 cards in hand, so it's not like they have 3 bolts. Block here. Oh, we have to actually go to blockers. Here. 6/7 Goyf. Do I chump? Do I care? I kind of would rather just have the 2 power, but I mean, we're gonna have plenty of power. We can flash freeze whatever they play. Yep. Cool. They scooped. We did it! Hey, recovering from misplays. Look at us. That's fantastic. So, we 2-3'd the league. Very well could have 4-1'd. Makes me feel better about the deck. That's for sure. when I lose a lot, I start to wonder. But you know what? Then we have matches like this, and my faith is reaffirmed. I love this deck. So much fun to play, and you know what? It rewards you when you do the right thing. And that's all I think I can ask for. Hopefully you all enjoyed that video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one, which I will actually be talking about in a subsequent video right now. So I'm going to head over there. You guys are welcome to join me. I imagine you're going to see at least the title for that video before you end up watching this whole thing, so maybe you'll join me anyways. I don't know. See you guys.